also wanted to tell you guys about my Sunday because I had a whole full circle moment and I thought it was pretty cool that I wanted to tell you guys about. It was really me about shopping, but it was pretty funny when the situation happened. So, sorry, I have to try to remember not to chew ice, but this morning, it was a pretty good Sunday. I had did some garden work with my husband, and we have been trying to get the garden or backyard to its nice formal glory. Not saying it's been bad. It's just been overpowered with weeds, and we do have some garden beds back there. And further back, we have our chickens and our ducks. So, this morning, we took the initiative to take more of the weeds out and harvest some of our vegetation, or pretty much our veggies and such, but it was mostly pumpkins. That's my dog. So, I harvested a few pumpkins, which if I can figure out how to put a photo, I'm gonna put it right here. But I also had some cucumbers, which the cucumbers we had to give to the chickens because what happened is that the cucumbers, I had been growing some pickling cucumbers, and they just gotten so massive and big because, to be honest, it's just been so hot that I'm hitting triple digit temps every single day in the week. So finding the time going to do it has been a lot. I don't want to go during the day. I definitely don't want to go at night because I like to be in bed pretty early. So the only other time available is early in the morning, but even then, I'm like, half of me wants to, the other half of me doesn't, so I'm thankful that my husband decided to take the initiative. So shout out to my husband. But I was out there trying to also get some snippet videos of them eating, and it's a very difficult task when you have no mercy like neighbors, because I live on one road in between like storage units and like a warehouse facility. So my neighborhood, you can call it, is just one street. So every neighbor here has a rooster. I have my chickens with my one rooster. The neighbor has a rooster. 2 houses down, there's a rooster. The house across the street has a rooster. So I have roosters all on this block. But when one rooster talks, then they all start talking. So I had my rooster crowing, then the neighbors, then the one a couple houses down, then the neighbors again, then it's my rooster. So it becomes really disruptive that I need to figure out if I can go about muting the crowing so it gives you guys more of a sensory kind of experience to where you guys can relax. So that was the situation this morning, and I had pulled out all my pumpkins because I still think I'm a little too early with those, but those are mostly just for my chickens so they can feed, but they because of my garden beds. Last year was difficult having to put a fence around my garden beds because my chickens were continuously eating my vegetation, from the leaves of the nightshade to tomatoes to all the basil leaves to the leaves growing on the vines on like a watermelon. So I have come to the conclusion that we had to like fence them off, which we did, and now they have their space and I have mine. So with the pumpkins that we used to feed them from last year, the seeds that were inside, I guess, stood within the ground, and they were able to germinate to where they were then they, sprouted, and now I have so many pumpkins that I just give to my chickens. I also was able to get a watermelon, and it's my first watermelon of the season. I think it's a crimson one. It came out nice. I did make my husband a agua fresca, which is like a watermelon water, and he took that on the road with him to work. So with that being said, getting all that done in the morning, I then went to Burlington because, as I mentioned before, sorry, I had some gas trapped up that I needed to release, so meaning like I had a burp stuck in my chest once again. Only because I don't want to do it directly into the mic, so. But I went to Burlington and I just wanted to go check about seeing what I could find of any like holy grails or like one in a million kind of perfumes there, and I found a classic one that I do remember, which was the Britney Spears Fantasy. Oh shoot, I'm so sorry, it was about to fall out of my hand. So I remember specifically when this came out. I think it must have been in 6th, 7th, 8th grade, one of those two, or one of those three. But at that time, I never had any interest in perfumes. I honestly didn't start getting in perfumes until last November, and that was because my husband had started me on that whole bandwagon. So, but this one, it was a blind buy. Most of what I'm going to show you is a blind buy, I guess you can say. And but it smells nice. It's a sweet, fruity kind of gourmand with red lychee, golden Kings. I don't know if it's Kings, Queens, something, and exotic kiwi. Other notes that they have are white chocolate, cupcake, orchid, jasmine with musk, woodsy notes. And I love me an orchid or a jasmine. Those are usually my go-tos in perfumes. It's my absolute favorite scent. It definitely does have a sweet fruitiness to it. I just have to be very careful when trying new perfumes, because I have come to discover I have a fragrance allergen. I don't know exactly to what. Just this week I had to return a perfume. It was the Lancome Peaches and Rose Idel, I think it's an Idel like series brand, whatever, through Lancome. It was a very beautiful, beautiful perfume. However, when I wear perfumes that give me an allergen, I don't necessarily break out through skin. It's like I can't breathe. Like if I'm having an asthma attack, or I have asthma, which I don't. So I'm gonna try this out and see how it goes. It smells good. It's one of those, oh, I have it in my collection, which, by the way, so far from what scents on me. No, like even my lotion, which I don't use a lotion with scents anyway. I have no scents. So when I go, I will smell it. Okay, and then I'll put it on my wrist to see if there's any initial, like, I guess, reaction to my skin. And if nothing happens, then I will, on my chest, and then walk around and see how it feels and sets on me. If I don't want to buy in that moment, then I'll spray it, leave, and see how it is all day. And if I have no reaction, then I'll go buy it. If I feel like a tightness in my chest, then that just gives me the sign or signal that it's probably not good for me. So I did that with the Prada Paradox Intense, because the regular Prada Paradox I am allergic to, sadly, and it really devastates me that I am, because that's such a beautiful scent. So I sprayed it on me and I walked around, but I took notice of this one particular perfume and I got really excited. It is the Milk Orchid Expressive by Commodity, and they have collabed with Perfumerism, which is a YouTube channel of a girl that does perfumes, or at least she's studying, is it perfumery? I don't know if that's what it is. I'm sorry if I botch that. But she does a lot of reviews on perfumes scents, and she has the same kind of scent palette of what I have been looking for a while now, because a body scrub I like to use is, and this is probably the only body scrub I use really, is the Dove Rice Milk and Crushed Macadamia Nut. It smells phenomenal. It is not a gourmand, at least to me it's not. It is a very nice, airy, clean, milky, creamy scent, and it has like your like sharpness, I guess you can call it, from the nuts of the macadamia nuts. I love it. It is very, very subtle. I like live in it. If I can drink that in a drink, I would. And so, for all the girlies that are into match scenting when they have their full body day, I would suggest to use that scrub. And then when you spray yourself at night, which I don't, but I know others do, I would use this because it is the closest resemblance to that. And when looking at the notes, it makes sense. The notes are fig melt, coconut cream, almond blossom, vanilla, vanilla orchid, warm cotton, and magnolia. And it has macadamia milk, sandalwood, and creamy musk. This is such a beautiful, beautiful scent. It is very light, creamy, airy, not overpowering, not so definite to your senses to where it is just overwhelming. It is a beautiful, beautiful smell. I tried opening it, and I opened it incorrectly, that some of it came out, but not too much. And it was on my hands that I was just smelling my hands the whole time. I absolutely love it. My next purchase of a perfume for a big bottle would be that one, for sure. Okay, so coming in full circle, that was so like heartwarming, I guess, was when I sprayed the Prada Paradox Intense on me and I was walking around. You know, the employees or reps have to go around and ask if you're doing okay. So I stumbled upon Tower 28, and I have seen this spray a lot. I've heard a lot of good things about this spray, and I asked the girl is so clogging in your pores. So she suggested to me that I get more of a, wouldn't say looser, it's a matte, but it has a better formulation in their foundation that's oil free. And she suggested to me a Makeup Forever foundation. Sorry, oops. It looks like this. I hope it works. She did do a swatch test on me, or what's it called? A color test, whatever, color match. And luckily we were able to find a good match that when she did put it on my face, I was quite impressed of how it looked, because it still looked like my face. I'm not against having texture showing, I'm just against of showing my blemishes, if that makes sense, because I'm used to, back then, full cake, you don't see any imperfections, but now that I'm getting older, it was difficult having to explain that to her when I said back in 2016 times, and she looked at me a little confused because back in 2016 I was 23. Back in 2016 for her, she was 10. Sorry, I'm trying not to laugh, but it's humorous to know, like, I thought, oh, well, crap, she probably doesn't know, but she helped me out, so shout out to Gabby. Gabby really was such a sweet person that really helped me out with my skin, color match. And her suggestion on Terror 28 really is going to be exciting. That I'm actually excited to wash my face and try this out. Give you guys some sounds. So that was a fun experience at Sephora. She was pretty hilarious. And so after that, I was able to come home. Well, I washed my car, finally. And then I was able to come home and find that my Amazon packages had arrived, which were more of orders I made for this. Like I have now a tripod, and I got this little orange fuzzy cover pop, I think it's called a pop screen, almost, I guess. I don't know, it's been so long, on the microphone. Oh, I did go to the Dollar Tree too, because I needed to get more soap to wash my makeup brushes. But with discovering that I had my Amazon order, I got really lucky that my perfume that I ordered, that I did blind buy, this one, I don't know how to pronounce it. Is it called Kalash, I guess? Vanille Blanc. I saw it everywhere. I saw this everywhere on all my perfume videos that I watched, that they said that this was a beautiful vanilla smell. I have been on a hunt for a vanilla that is not like overwhelming gourmand cupcake, something ridiculously sweet. I want a vanilla musk, settled, light, airy, which I do have one now. One of these days I will do a video of my full perfume collection. I want to be able to get more momentum before I do those just so I can have the nostalgia of it. So I stay away from vanilla a lot, or any sweet gourmands. But this one smells okay. It's not. I think it's just because I haven't really sprayed it on me. So one day this week at work I will try it out. Oh my god, that is my dog. He's ridiculous. But it is a beautiful, it looks great. I mean, you can't go wrong with a full size, like, perfume bottle when, like, you can tell this price and this price were practically the same. I got this on Amazon, so I can just, let me see. Oh, the atomizer, wow, that was so beautiful. Yeah, it's a nice musky vanilla. It doesn't have any of the spiciness of like a pink pepper, because they were trying to say that this is a dupe for, I think, Fleur's Vanilla Skin. I've smelled vanilla skin, it's definitely not. Oh, the atomizer alone is just great. I just need to figure out if this is too much. So, like, just to show you guys of an atomizer. It smells good. I can get the apple, the crispness of the apple in it. But that was my experience today. Thanks for tuning in. Let me know how your guys' Sunday